All right. Welcome to 2 Hour Track Sunday. I don't know if I'm actually that excited or if it's just I'm trying to get myself hype. Um, I have been doing a little bit better over the past couple days. I'm just going to play this in the background because it sounds good. Whoops. There we go. While I'm waiting for the challenge to start, people are still hey Ali, how you doing? Um just waiting for the challenge to start on the stream. The stream within a stream or something. So it's good. I've been trying to figure out my recording setup a little bit more. And I've talked to several people, and it sounds like the way that this is set up right now is probably the best it's going to be without configuring a streaming computer, basically. Um, I don't know if that's a road I want to go down yet, you know. Um, but at some point, I think it would be good. Basically, all I would do then is just route all of the outputted audio from this computer into a laptop or something that's probably like stuck way over there, so the noise doesn't get to me, and like the fan noise. Um, and that way, that computer can do all the streaming stuff, and then this computer is dedicated to recording instruments. Because I was doing some instrument recording earlier with a guitar, and I was getting like a delay because everything's getting processed through Voicemeeter now. I think I talked about this last stream, where everything goes through this software. Uh, this software cameras. I'm doing good, Ollie. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well on this Sunday too. Um, so everything gets routed through Voicemeeter, and unfortunately, since it all gets routed through Voicemeeter, it's just an extra layer for the audio to travel. So there's more latency, and it sucks. So I mean, the ideal solution is just to get another computer dedicated to streaming, and just have that tucked away somewhere else, and get like a nice mixing board or something so I can just control all my inputs in one spot and then just output all of that to the other computer. But then I don't know how I would output my video, and like I could be like duplicating my screen over to that computer, and it's just a huge mess. But you know, I realized I shouldn't be like playing the video and stuff when I'm over here, because I don't want copyright stuff. So I just like the videos playing here, and I'm just having it run in the background with my own music going. Hey Amy, how are you doing? I hope it's not too late for you. I know, what is it, like 10? No, it's 11 o'clock, isn't it? Sorry. In my defense for this one, I don't schedule the time when this goes. How are there thumbprints on the camera lens? Whoop. I'm sure that you guys didn't notice that, but I looked over and there's like these huge thumbprints on the camera, and I don't know where they came from because I sure as hell don't touch that thing. So okay, good luck, Amy. Yeah, there we go. Just looking at my inbox while I'm on stream. Oh my god. So this is why I just can't have anything open while I stream, because I just end up looking at like my personal information, and all of a sudden, oh, um, thankfully there was no email in there because I'm generally pretty organized about that. Got some Twitters, so I'm gonna check that real quick. but it doesn't sound like things starting yet. So I am not sure what I want to do today. Obviously it's dictated a little bit by the theme, but I also want to do a little bit more electronic stuff. Drops are dumb. Drops are for stupid dubstep. That's not entirely true. I think well-crafted drops can be good. I just don't like the parlance of it, where it's just like, just call it the chorus. Oh. Anyway. Okay. So I think the thing is starting in a second. He's probably going to clear. Antic is, I think, one of the moderators. He's going to clear the video queue and No, Ali, it's actually pretty much the opposite of that. It's essentially the like a quiet part dropping into a really really bombastic part of the thing. So I think that the thing's starting, so I'm going to put this over here. It's like some animated thing. Yeah, fuck it. Who cares? So I don't have audio up.
Who are you?
We are roses.
My rose is just a common rose. But
I don't know what this is from.
She was the only one of her kind in the whole universe.
But she is not a common rose. She is your rose. It is the time that you've devoted to her that makes your rose so important.
She's my rose.
You must return to her.
I don't know what this show is or what this movie is. I like how well animated it is. It's like papercraft almost. Anyway, I'm going to turn off the volume. The Little Prince. Is that what this is? Is that what the theme is, or is that just
That one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye.
I guess that's what the theme is. Okay, so the theme is The Little Prince, which isn't that a book? Which I am unfortunately not familiar with. So that should have gotten... Okay, so the timer's going. Okay, so I can minimize that. So The Little Prince, huh? I wish I was more familiar with the book. From what I understand, it's like a prince or somebody traveling from planet to planet, and he has to stuff or help people or something like that. But I honestly don't know. So let's do this real quick. I mean, yeah, I recognize the cover. Overview. Poetic tale. I don't care about social criticism. I want to just know the basic plot. Okay. This is way too desert, like desert. Oh, so it's a little different than I anticipated. So it's like exploration. Or just make a song about a fox. I might do that too. So it's like he visited asteroids and they're visited by someone narrow-minded, and he has to like help them, or I'm sure this is not the greatest TV here. So I'm thinking that this song will be I want to do, like I said before, I want to do a little bit more electronic stuff, but I also feel like this would be better deserved by some string ensembles or some strings. I don't know why this takes so long to load. This used to pop up like right away on my old computer. Maybe it's just because it's not in memory. Better Prince of Persia. I remember Prince of Persia. I haven't played it in such a long time. I mean, that's basic chord progression, but okay, so I'm thinking like around 105 for a tempo, and I might just throw that in right away. So it was 1, 3, 4, inverted, and 5, which is pretty common. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of this string sound though. It seems kind of crummy, but whatever. Okay. That's a good start. Wow, I did not keep tempo at all, did I? Oh well. So, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do yet, but I like the idea of at least starting with this. And like I really didn't Foxy Lady cover. That'd be pretty good, Ollie. I think that's beyond the scope of what I can do within 2 hours. um I like the idea of exploration, and I would like to try to do something with that. So what I want to do here is I want to have the strings like swell up and then go back down, and then swell up and then go back down, like an ocean. Or I mean, the other thing I can do is I can I mean, it sounded like one of the major hooks in the book is the fact that he's stranded on Earth, and I could make something something along that line. I don't feel like this volume's going to be enough. What is going on? Oh, for... There we go. Don't need that. That's the hold pedal. I like that this note continues to descend. I like that idea. Except it would descend here, I think. Nope. How about that? Ah! How'd that get so loud? Okay, so this should be here. Since I'm creating a suspend, I might as well mirror it down here. It's also going to be very loud. Smoother, and that should be set to none. Okay. Oh, I might as well save it. It's such a habit for me to just like Control S when I'm not doing anything. I just did it right there, and it's 25016, I guess. Okay, 2016. 01. Is it the 31st? Yeah. The Little Prince. I'm thinking about adding some more spacey stuff, maybe? I don't know. It's like there's two things that I can do from my limited, very limited understanding of the Little Prince. He was in space, and he explored like asteroids or visited them. And I'm sorry if anybody's familiar with the book and loves it, and I'm butchering all of this. It's fine. He was in space exploring, and he was stranded on Earth in a desert trying to repair his plane. God, I hope I'm right. And I kind of like the second one, and I wish I... Okay. So it is about the fox. Detained, explain the prince. Rose, really? Yay, Amy, how you doing? Okay, so it's not all about being in the desert. It's like him exploring the earth. Narrator is dying of thirst. Super Meat Boy! I don't know. I'm just gonna do. I'm just trying to find like a general feeling that I can use to like bounce off this, and I kind of like the idea. Sparkly mouse, huh? Or maybe that's just like a prelude, and that's totally fine too. Like you can have some of these trail off. And then you can just basically do something completely different within the same structure of chords. So if I duplicate this, and I can use this basically as a backdrop rather than a front. So let us grab something like, I'll start with analog and see if I can do anything cool. I'm just going to create a really basic bloop bloop sound, which is the technical term, I've been told. And I kind of want a lot of echo and space to it, so what I'm going to do is completely sidetrack myself and add a Valhalla room reverb that I can push stuff into. Because I like Valhalla reverb, and let's see what this sounds like. The reverb. Kind of hard to tell with strings because they're pads and they already have a long decay. Or in this case, they're being treated as pads. So if we use the analog and go back to this, get a ping pong delay. So I'm just going to grab the basic chords. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think this is going to be anything, there isn't going to be a drop. I guess that's kind of what I'm trying to say. And that's okay. Like, I feel like this is an opportunity to make just something really pretty. I can get on board with that. So, how velocity sensitive this instrument is by default. Okay, so the one thing is that I don't like this is just going. I want this to kind of like continue moving downwards. But I have to remember like what notes I'm using too, so. Nope. It's getting too far spread apart and you kind of lose the cohesion of things moving up. Yep. Okay, so that's perfect. So this basically does that. For all I know, this will get super intense later, but... Okay. Cool. So it's a start. Octave, so I don't need that. I'll just copy this over. And this is a more complex arpeggio here. So I can bring back the rhythm that I made over here and just do that. Good. Cool. A little bit quiet. Sorry. I'm trying to think about like what to do next. Because I don't want to just like add one element in at a time. I want to keep adding stuff, so. Okay, and when it comes to this, I feel like the introduction was really all we needed to have the full, like, extra long break. So I'm just going to chop this down to 2 bars. And I can work on creating, I think that I want to create like a bass line that's like, doom, 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 doom. No, not that fast, but just like something that's a little bit more pulsating rather than because we have so many smooth instruments right now that it feels like it needs a little bit more movement. Okay, and the other thing that I'm noticing is this trail right here. This lasts way too long. What I could do here is I could like make this like a 2-beat bar and everything like that. Yeah, really, I'll just do that. So time signature change to 2/4, time signature change back to 4/4. And that'll fix that problem. Mouse looks crazy, huh, Amy? I'm sure that you've already posted a picture on Twitter, so I will have to check that out when I'm done with the stream. I can't get distracted by shiny things. We were just talking about this. Right into the microphone. That's really gross. Yep, shiny things. Okay, so then this pause. The other thing I did here is I automated the volume gain for the reverb. So hopefully it'll push more of the strings into the reverb. Change this to 3/4. Hey Prince, how you doing? Funnily, this the theme that was given to me this week is The Littlest Prince. So maybe it's about you. I don't know how little you are, so I can't really make judgments. One of the instruments that I've been playing with lately is it's called the Little Epic Percussion. Excuse me. And it has a lot of really good stuff in it. You're super tall. Okay. Well, I'm tall too, so I know how that goes. Oh wow, it's already been like 20 minutes. This one's going by really fast. So it has lots of different little just weird sounds in it. I'm just wondering if there's anything here that would make for a... Yeah. So yeah, even just something like that would help out. So I'll give it a try. Yeah, if I had rhythm, I could give it a try. Holy crap. I want to start like learning to play drums just for this reason. It also doesn't help that there's like no tonal. Not tonal, but there's like no there's no rhythm to this, so there's no way for me to grab onto anything and play off of it. But for the time being, yeah, that's nice. This is starting to turn into like some weird ass new agey song, but full disclosure, I like new age music, so all you nerds can suck it. I don't know. Whoops. Got that. Oop. So, I was thinking about calling this song, seeing, you know, like all of this I'm not entirely sure the point of the story because unfortunately I've never read it, but I think that it would be from my limited understanding, it would be still accurate to the story if I called this song Lost in Earth, Lost on Space, or Lost in Space, Lost on Earth. That'd be pretty cool. So I'm thinking that that's kind of the title that I'm going to work with here. So I'm going to lower the volume here. So it's getting there. I feel like it could use something else. Yeah, so I just something to actually like lock in the rhythm somewhere, because everything is so floaty. So even if this is every 2 beats. Okay, that's not bad. That's something that I can come back to later too. I'm thinking that I know it's like set in a desert, but I really feel like ocean sounds would fit well for like a background. Especially for this first part, because even though the chords themselves are really nice, it gets kind of repetitive sonically, where it's just like build up, fade out, build up, fade out for like almost 8 bars. So I feel like adding some waves to it would help ease that a little bit, just give the ear something else to listen to. Okay, so I want to shove this over just a couple beats because it looks like there's like a wave coming in right there, and I want that to be highlighted while the strings fade out. So and this fade out's too long. It can just be like this. 2 bars is plenty. The next thing I want to do, if I could properly record instruments, I might bring in my bass guitar and just lay out some simple notes. But we can do what I did before and just pull in the contact instrument for the bass guitar. And honestly, that works just fine. What key am I in? Yeah, A. Those notes are super cheesy. Weird that like it's smart enough to know like how hard you hit the key, like it can just do a like a mute pluck or an actual pluck. It's pretty crazy. But I want to put a guitar rig on here so I can boost up the bass sound a little bit, just so it sounds like more of a bass. It's really loud. Oh, come on. Fine, I'll just do it this way then. I'll just add the notes like an actual person would. I don't have to get all up in my face about it. Just saying how cool that feature was, and then it went and bit me in the ass. See? That's just as easy, computer. Don't push your luck. Well, it's not as easy if you hit the wrong notes. Yeah, I like this because it's very, very smooth. Okay. I think that's pretty good. It's very, very strong, though. I have to remind myself to actually mix this without my headphones on at the end, because the last couple mixes have been kind of crappy because I'm so used to these headphones. Okay. So let's see what other instruments we have here. They all have these like really long things. I just want like a little boop. Ah. No. Yeah. That's better. I do not use session view. Partially because I don't fully understand it. This is session view, by the way, which allows you to like organize these individual clips. Like I could just take this loop and I could plug it in over here, and then I'd be able to arrange a song dynamically just by turning on and off the clips. I want to get more into it. And actually, I think what you're thinking of is live view. I believe that this right here, this is session view, and then this is the live view. Either way, like this is really good for live playing because you can queue up like all your loops and stuff, and you can just play them. And I actually have like a performance pad for playing live loops over on my DJ stand, but I haven't really used it a whole lot since I bought it, which kind of sucks. One of those things that I want to do at some point. Could have like live jam Monday or something. So I'm gonna like get a little bit more interesting notes going on here. If I actually played the right notes, that would probably help. Good enough. So I still don't have like a direction for this song, and ow, I twitched my neck the other day too. It sucks. It's like try to turn your head and it like hurts. That's not good. So that offbeat is in the wrong offbeat. So let's see. I need to give it some more movement. Because right now it's very placid, which isn't a bad thing. But it feels just kind of flat and boring. It's very pretty, and I'm okay with that, but the fact that it doesn't really seem to do anything right now is bothersome. So I'm thinking so these chords basically yeah. Hey, don't worry about it, Dan. Nice to see ya. I'm just messing around with notes, trying to figure out my next thing. So I might. So right now, like the chords end on like a suspend, resolve, and I'm thinking that if we bring it down to like something like and that'll increase tension, and it'll give me an opportunity to bring in some like different stuff. Like I still wanted to bring in that like synthesized bass thing. So if we start here, okay, so I have that and that. No. Nope. I'm trying to keep this G sharp. I'm trying to pivot my chords around that right now. I guess it would just be see, my problem is that this is like the same chord progression from every other song I've ever written, which isn't a problem, and this is like a little bit more complex than I usually do, so it's not that big of a deal. So ugh. There's too much pressure. That's a start. Now I'm hitting the keys too early, except for this one where I lost my fingering again. Okay, now you can go away. And I don't want breaks between these. I want these to be very smooth to flow in between each other. And I know I hit the key a lot harder in some places than I did in others, so I'm going to have to go back and kind of fix that up. That's pretty, though. I like it. And it should, ideally, flow back into... Whoops, it flow back into what I did before, so it's like... it's a little bit of a shift, but not much. And I want to copy and duplicate this up to accentuate that. These... Right. These I'm just gonna bring in the super basic notes. I don't know why they're not playing something. Like sometimes they're not playing, and I don't know if that's a phasing issue. They are very low. There we go. I wish I could close this. So I'll let that go, just run itself out. I want to open up for the other bass, which I'll put in here. And I don't know if this is going to work. This is just kind of like what I was thinking of in my head. Just like the idea of adding. No worries, buddy. I'm glad that you were able to stick around for a little bit, and of course this recording is going to be online, so you're welcome to check it out there. Check it out there, boy. So yeah, feel free to to check it out later and let me know what you think. Hopefully, in an hour I'll have a completed song. We'll see. So that is too many boops. Too many boops being my next solo album. Okay, so not very dark though. Okay, so I'm gonna just do this part. And the thing is, there's a big transition there. And I don't know if it's gonna work. Like, individually, they both sound good, but together, it might need like an extra little bar. Yeah. Crud. So what I might do is just do the same thing I did before. 3/4. 4/4. And just try to figure out a nice way to bridge that without oh. What is that? That's not what I want. And the other thing I can do is we're jumping keys, and that's really the big problem that I have here. So we're going from here to here, which is a big key jump. And what I can do is I can just bring all this up into you know, A, which is the key else is in. Push everything up. So yeah, now it works. I don't know if I like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to group this and then mute it so I can just add another instrument without losing that one. I haven't messed around with FM8 in a while, and this is not really a good time for me to relearn it, but there might be a good preset in there that I can take advantage of. It doesn't crash my computer. There we go. It's so tiny. I'm sorry that these windows are so small. That's something that I need to look into fix too. But I don't think there's much I can do about it. Why are these? Oh, I clicked drum instead of bass. I think these are going to be too like EDM-y for me. They're all fart basses. I like that because it's so big, but I don't like it because it's really kind of annoying. And I can go in and change stuff around too, but... Okay, I am having a change of thought on this. What I want to do... Oh, just edit the first one, Ben. What I want to do is turn this more into a lead, I think. Little Disco Prince. That would actually be a really good song title, and I don't know if I'd be able to swing that with an hour left, but it would be a really cool idea to try at some point. So what I'm going to do instead of this this lead is I'm going to turn it, or this bass is I'm going to actually kind of turn it into a lead. And what I want to do with that lead is I want to give it on. Why is it legato? There. That. Yeah, so it's like, it's kind of a weird sound, but that's kind of the point. Okay, so now if we go to this. Thanks, Dan. It's weird, and like I feel like me personally, I don't explore the weird sounds as often as I should, just because like the weird stuff is what makes it interesting, and you know you want to make things interesting. So what I'm gonna do now is I have this set up to loop twice. I could add a lute. That would be interesting, and probably really dumb. So what I'm doing is I can actually ungroup this now because there's only one instrument in it. And I'm having this fade in because if it starts hard, little little LSD prints. Yeah, let's make an acid bass real quick. Let's just do that. It's yeah, I'm getting sidetracked, but I don't care. I want to do this real quick just because it's funny. So all we have to do for that is we just put an arpeggiator on here. We just make it 16th notes, set the gate, distance, steps, repeats infinite. Okay, good there. Then we just set the frequency down, set the resonance up, do this, set the LFO. I want to see if this actually works more than anything else. Yeah! Okay, yep. I actually do like the arpeggiation, so I might keep this, but I'm not going to keep the instrument. Oh man. So maybe if I just throw this into like a piano, I think like throwing an arpeggiation like this into a piano isn't going to work super well. Actually, this gives it kind of like a Tron tone. Oh. I'm really bad at hitting keys today. Keep missing. So the thing with arpeggiation is if you're doing chords, you want to make sure all the chords have the same number of notes in them, because what it does is it goes up through the chord, and if like one chord has 5 notes, I was holding up 4. If one chord has 5 notes and the other one has chord, the rhythm of like the repetition changes. So you want to make sure that and like some of these are really quiet. What I might do is I might ditch the piano, and I might put this in. Thank you, Ollie, for the ridiculous suggestion, because this is actually a really good idea. Not the LSD part, but just adding this little bit into it. See, look at that. Oops. Yeah. Okay. So I need to. I thought I duplicated this loop. So yeah, having this arpeggio gives it kind of the momentum and movement that I wanted. Thanks, Ilvik. It's good to see you again, man. How have you been doing? It's been a weird hour so far. I can't believe an hour's already passed, to be honest. I already have, like, This Is the Future song, which was actually, it started from another 2-hour track Sunday. The future. Everything looks like your mouse. Oh, because Amy got that crazy light up mouse. Yeah, I hear ya. See, now with this, I can picture like some big ass drums going on in the background, and I might try to do that. So what I'll do to lead in the drums is I will cut that out, and I will bring this back down. And lock this and then duplicate this. Okay. And the other thing that might work better is when the drums come in, we move from the fretless bass or the bass guitar, and we move into like a synth. We punch it. That's I made the punching noise. I moved my headphone cables, but they're still in the way. They're just they're in the way in a different manner. So what I can do is I can just copy this note. That is not the note I copied. Thank you, Guitar Rig. You can S a D. Thing. Oh. You got a private message from somebody. So I'm thinking that I add a doodad with a thing, and maybe something happens from that. So in this case, I kind of want a heavier bass. That's the analog. Oh, that's why it all sounds the same. Damn. Actually, this one wasn't bad. Needs to be louder, and then it should be okay. Obviously, with no other notes in there, it sounds kind of weak, but I'm not a fan of that. Oh, Jesus. Sorry if I blow anybody's head up with this. I can always make my own. In theory, this is faster. Kind of like that, and then it'll hard cut off right there. And then I guess if we're just going hard on this, I might as well replace these strings with like a pad, like a super saw. Super saw! Which I guess is just, yeah. So a super saw is really easy. You get an analog with 2 sawtooth waves. Helvik, I don't know if that's necessary. So we have the what the hell is this called? It's not Unity. Unison. Yeah, words. And we want to cut the highs, because holy crap. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to turn down the volume before I do that. Yeah, this is starting to turn really Tron-y, which is cool. I don't care if it doesn't follow the thing. Like I took my own little thing from it, and I guess I'm like, I really like the theme of Lost in Space, Lost on Earth, or Lost on Earth, Lost in Space. Actually, I kind of like the second one better. Lost on Earth, Lost in Space. Regardless of whether or not that fits like canonically within the book. Well, it's their fault. I've never read the book, so, you know. So, the past couple times I've been making drums by putting them on individual channels, and I have a feeling that that's not really the most efficient way to do it. So this time I'm going to try it the other way, and hopefully it works a little bit better. I think I'm looking for miscellaneous multi-packs here, and I'll just go through my crappy Vengeance stuff again. So I apologize if... let's see if there's a good uplifter. Actually, that works pretty well. Boop. I'm gonna make it a little bit quieter and make sure that it fits in here just fine, which it's a little bit off. So it needs to be a lot quieter, but the idea is good. Is my microphone too hot? I think it might be clipping a little bit. I'm sorry if it's been too loud this whole time. I thought I saw it flash red, meaning that my microphone volume is a little too loud. So I just turned that down. Hopefully it's not too quiet now. Let's see. So we have that, and thing with the snare, especially for this style of music, is you want it to be like huge, but you also want it to have a really long tail on it. Like this would not work. So it might require layering a bunch of stuff together. Like this is a good start. But I want a couple on here. So like this might be the highs because it has a really good high end. So this is a one shot. Then I want the highs for this. So then I kind of want the mids for this. Or maybe just rather just take out the high ends. That's really loud. I'm going to turn that down a little bit too, but it's at least a start. Pants. Why do you got to wear pants at all, man? Okay, so along with that, you add like a big reverb tail to it. Yeah, and oh, the mids, like right here. Okay. That's very true, Dan. And maybe in the past I haven't. You don't know. I think I heard a cat barfing right on cue. Itch. Well, this seems to be a common occurrence for 2 Hour Track Sunday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop this, and hopefully I'll be back within like 5 minutes. Jeez. Yeah, seriously, Ollie. So, what happened is he barfed on the sheets, so I had to strip down the bed and throw all that stuff in the wash. And since I already had stuff in the wash, because I put that in before I started streaming, I had to put all this stuff in the dryer and sort it for the stuff that would shrink if it went in the dryer. And of course, the cat that was barfing was the one that gets sick looking at barf, basically, so he just barfs over and over and over all over the house. So there's a lot of things to juggle all at once. So I kind of want this to come in a little slower, volume-wise. So I apologize for the break. This needs to be on the 3. These need to be huge. Not that huge. Why aren't you looping? You should be looping. Put an EQ 8 on this because I want to better control how the frequencies go. I don't want to just hard cut stuff off. I know I did this little trick before, but I can put an auto pan on here and set the rate, notes, shape, and the phase. So it gives it a little bit more of a pulse. I don't know if bringing it up an octave will help. Yeah, you need it up there. There's just so much stuff going on. You want to make sure that it's separated. The other thing you're going to have, we're going to have to do, and really I guess it's not even we, but I like to be inclusive, is put some side chaining on this. So and really it's not as much on this as much as maybe the other leads, but I feel like, yeah, the snare especially. It's not really necessary there. Another thing a lot of people do, and this is not really within my wheelhouse. I usually don't do this, but you can split the the pads, like the saws, and that can have a really good effect on what you're doing too. So if suddenly this is just not loud, but there's so many other things that are loud. Thanks, LD. I hope so. I think one of the things is just being consistent. It's just being consistent is, I think, a really big part of it. And the programmer in me now is looking at all the redundancies I have in this, like this auto pan and this compressor. And I can just dump all those in there so I'm not like double processing stuff. Thank you, Ollie. I appreciate that. And I think consistency is a really big part of it. Because that's really what I've heard from a lot of streamers in the past. That just continuing to do it regardless of anybody's watching or not. And the fact that people are watching, I mean, seriously, thank you. When I started doing this, I did not expect anybody to watch for like the first couple months. And I have like consistent people watching, and that's really cool. And I have a half hour left. So, yeah, and that's exactly right, Ollie. Even if nobody's watching, I'm still posting this to YouTube, and I think that there are a couple people that have been watching these on YouTube. Like these particular recordings have gotten more views than literally anything else I've ever posted on YouTube, which is all my albums. So, like, there's something right going on there, and I really won't know until I see the analytics, like over a month or two. But even this so far has been really good, and I think it's been helpful. Instrumental loops. I was thinking about some really stupid like drops, because there was this charity pack that I got a while ago called Share the Wubs, and it had phrases in it, and they're all really bad and gross. But you know, I can I don't think I'm using that the ocean. Chuck that up there. Because it's in the wrong key and everything else. I'm not even going to waste time with that, even though it's funny. Yeah, seriously. It's like you can just take these and make a song out of it, and I've actually done that before. This shit is not what I like to do, though. It's all in D minor as well, which is pretty much exactly the wrong place to put it, because stretching it'll just sound gross. See, you could just like make a whole song from that crap. Hey Devious, how you doing? And yeah, it is an interesting process. I've found that it's there's a lot of stuff like from music creation that I found is transferable to other things, just like pacing and understanding like symmetry and asymmetry, like knowing how and when to not make something perfectly symmetrical and how that can affect things. It's like there's a lot of cool stuff. Perfect. Just throw that in there. Oh god, and doing shit like that is always funny. That's called like the ultimate air horn, by the way. And oh boy. What I was thinking about doing is I did want to create some kind of bass slide or something. And I'm thinking that an operator will help me do it. Because I want this to be basically layered with the so I want this to be layered with the bass above it. Blows his nose into space. So what this is hopefully gonna do is just create analog synthesis is fucking bonkers, by the way. Like, I found some weird samples, Dan. That's what happened. So just like changing this one knob changes the entire tone and feel of this one thing. Like, that's just crazy. So what I can do is I can do some automation with this, and I'm not sure if this is actually going to work, but you know. Just kind of messing around with stuff and seeing if there's anything that I can use. Basically what I'm doing is I'm creating something that's going to complement this FM8 that I made, and hopefully just create a more rich sound out of it. So that pitch bend is a little much, but it's also kind of neat. Where is the why all this is grayed out? Okay. Five. This should be 7. Actually, I think it should be 3. Happen a lot faster. I like the idea of pitch bends, and actually in the chiptune song that I made a couple days ago, I worked more with pitch bends and stuff, and man, it was fun. So it's kind of a whiny sound, and I'm not a big fan of that. That did not fix it. The resonance is just too damn high. That's one of the issues of many. That's better. And yeah, that's way better. Ugh, Jesus. I cannot hit the right buttons today. I don't know why. And I have 28 minutes left, so. I kind of want to speed up this and see if 16th notes will work. So this song is really fucking weird. I'm gonna do a playthrough just to get my bearings, really. Where did I go so wrong? Okay, it's like just a condensed version of an actual song. Like, because all I'm gonna do is like I'm running low on time, and I this is a song that definitely needs, especially in this the big section here, it definitely needs a solid mix down and mastering. Because otherwise it's just gonna sound like a puddle of mud, and not the band Puddle of Mudd, even though they're also terrible. I just want to make sure that I allocate enough time for that. And really, since I'm thinking about optimizing this again, because we're using the same notes here, but it's also better to not copy all of that. I'm wondering if I don't need, because this might be why it's making such a mess. Okay, so this part, it's starting to get repetitive sounding just because I've listened to it so many damn times. I think that it's good, and really kind of what I want to do now is just take another break right here. And just kind of bring back the original chord progression. I don't know. I try to keep these songs pretty short, both because the listening party afterwards I did read your thing, Furball, and that would be that would be a good idea, but I don't know. There we go. Quantize. I don't like that so much. Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing, Ollie. I talked about it before, but basically what you do, and you got it exactly right, is you can change the phase of the auto pan. So you can change the phase. So what a pan does is it just turns off the left or the right, or it modulates the volume of the left or the right speaker independently. So if you're just modulating them both on and off at the same time, it gives the impression of strobing, which is awesome. And it's something that I love to do because it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think I learned it from Mr. Bill's channel. Can't remember exactly, but has 5, so I can't have 5. Sorry about that. I'm trying to normalize the volumes and I did it at the wrong time. So, and this is just going to fade out. That. And I will bring the ocean sounds back because you need like that sense of completeness. And I will bring the strings back for here too. That fade out. Yeah, if this weren't such a timed thing, I would definitely be investing more time into like making it a little bit more complex, but you know, it's the nature of the project and the nature of the challenge is that kind of stuck with what you have for time, and I lost a little bit of time due to cat barf, which, you know, whatever, that happens. And I lost a little time not knowing what the hell The Littlest Prince is. I want to extend that out the full time, actually, and just have it completely fade away. At least this time when the cat barfed, I was smart enough to like put on song, like a music to play, so it didn't look like my stream froze. I guess the timer would still be counting down, but you know. for that too, because right now I'm just doing the cutoff, which is good, but it does not do the job the same way as doing the volume. 3-hour track Sundays. That would just be like my normal stream, and I want to do actual just general production streams at some point too. But as much as I hate to say it, this is a gimmick that that I think is really unique, especially for the environment that Twitch is, and I want to continue working with that. I think some people just came home. Yep. So I might turn down my microphone a little bit just so I'm not annoying people with my talking all the time, but we'll see. So I think that what I want to do here is just bring this and then just have it fade down. We'll see where it goes from there. So I'll just bring down the cutoff for the filter and bring down the volume, and I think that this will be good at just fading this out, because it's such a Furball. Anytime you want to, and this goes for basically anybody ever, if anybody wants to learn anything, just let me know, and I'd be happy to sit down with them on Skype or whatever and talk. Furball is into audio stuff. I think he does a lot of voice stuff. Or at least he should, because he has an amazing voice. Why is that cut off so fast? Oh, that's why. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate that and then duplicate it again. Basically, just do that. I'm just bringing down instruments right now, really. Just because it's such a large section of the song, I want to make sure that that span out a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have 13 minutes left on my challenge, so. Yeah, and Furball, that's one of the reasons why I do this. Oh. So I'm thinking with this. Bump it up an octave. Down a fourth. The thing I'm thinking is just adding a simple delay on the snare. Oh, too loud. Okay. Well, that wasn't whispering though. So adding the echo on the snare helped give it space. I'm just gonna group all that stuff together. I feel like the kicks aren't punchy enough, at least in some places. They're too punchy in other places. So I'm just raising the volume up on that. I want to, which one is the high end of the snare? The low end. So I want to bring that up. I really want to accentuate the high end of the snare. Yeah. Now the kicks are too high. So, actually, to be perfectly honest, I kind of want to just normalize the kicks a little bit. So I'm going to bring these down, and then I'm going to bring them back up. It messes with the scaling, and that's kind of what I'm looking. That should be better. I kind of want to stretch this out for another measure, but I don't think it's really worth the effort. So what I'm going to do now, since I have all of this, and I think generally the mastering or the mixing is okay. The mixing is defined by how the instruments like sit next to each other, like if one is too loud or too quiet. And really, this is really the part that I'm worried about. And I think we were able to push all of that into a space that really works well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down into the master, and I'm going to add a mastering, and it's going to be a little choppy for this one, because there are things that I'm going to have to do because it's quiet and then loud. So I want to make sure the threshold's available, the makeup gain is available. And really that should be all I need. I generally don't mess with the multiband dynamics once they're set. But excuse me, since there's so many highs, and I want to keep the highs, but I want to make sure they don't get too loud. What I'm doing is I'm limiting them up in that when they hit a certain decibel level. kind of what I'm doing with the lows too. I'm boosting the lows just in case if they're too low, they're still audible. So generally what I do in this case, and this is kind of what I do for my normal mastering, is I block out the sections. So block, block. And I'm not actually adding values that I want to keep. I'm just adding values just so I have the sections. The thing at dead space. And then I think I can just copy paste that over. Okay, so these are all very wrong. But they're at least in a place where I can start doing it, and I think 6 minutes is enough time. So when I'm working with this, I want to mess with the threshold to the point where the needle starts to jump around a little bit, which means that it's at the volume that's taking effect. Okay, so in this section, should be up a little bit. Yep, in this section. So it's like a common thing, and then, yeah, that's the wrong spot. I apologize for your ears. Because none of these are actually friggin' normalized. Okay, so what I did here is I made sure that everything was everything's getting compressed a little, and I don't like brick walling my my compressors. And brick walling is basically turning your audio into just like noise all the way across, and I don't like to do that. I like dynamic range, and I like it being able to use volume as a tool to convey the music as much as like the melody and the rhythm and everything else. So what I'm doing right now is I'm removing these other points just because I just want to edit the big blocks, and then I can work on messing with the volume, which should be pretty fast. And in this case, I want to bring the volume up to the point. And this, like I was saying, this first part is supposed to be a little quieter, so I might leave it a little quieter. And then I want to bring it up to the point where the limiter is actually starting to come into play, but not a lot, just a little. You can see the limiter should be jumping when you bring it up that high, but that's too high. My problem is I think I have my headphones up too loud. So let me turn those down. Let's try this again. What's the problem with writing music is you don't want to screw up your ears by having it too loud all the time. I've definitely messed up my ears to some degree, but not, thankfully not a ton. Pretty consistently loud, but not like definitely loud. I'm definitely getting some limiters stuff just bring this back too. Yeah, that helps. But I'm more or less done. kind of want to do another 3/4 bar here. Left, it should be fine. Then like have it swell up and then back down. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just adding too much stuff with 1 minute left. So, you know, that's not stressful at all. But I think it'll be fine. Okay. So it's really subtle, and I think that's why I like it. Like, if you weren't really paying attention, you won't know of all these little time signature changes. That was a lot of stutters in one sentence, and I'm sorry. So yeah, we're done. Cool. That was a fun one. I'm not even gonna call this The Little Prince. I'm just gonna call this Lost on Earth, Lost in Space. And I'm okay with that. Stop. Ha! 13 seconds left. Take that. So yeah, I'm going to work on publishing this and uploading it to SoundCloud, and then I'm going to work on pushing this video up to YouTube and do my standard spiel there. I guess it's the time to thank everybody for showing up. So thank you for showing up and hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. I know I say this a lot, but it's seriously starting to be some of the highlights of my week to be able to sit down and hang out with you guys. And it really means a lot to me that you guys stick around and offer advice, especially offer advice. Like I wouldn't have been able to do the arpeggio thing without, you know, your guys' suggestions. And that's really big for me. And I realized, I was just looking at my volume knob, that I didn't do the mixing and mastering on my speakers. I did it on my headphones like a true genius. Anyway, I really appreciate it, and I'm really glad that I can keep doing this, and you guys are here to support me for that, and that means a lot. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you know, you can always subscribe to my channel, and there will be more in the future. And follow me on Twitch at Ben_Burns and Twitter at Ben_Burns, and that's BURNES. And that's pretty much all I have. I'm really glad that I haven't wholly screwed up on one of these songs yet. I'm sure there will be one day where I do a 2-hour track challenge, and I just sit there and drool on myself for 2 hours. But hopefully that day's a long way away. That's all I got. Thank you so much for hanging out and sitting down. So sitting down and hanging out probably makes more sense. So I'm just going to play the song all the way through, and then I'm going to work on exporting it and uploading it and stuff. So after I play this, I'll end the stream. Thank you again. wasn't doing anything there, but it was bothering me. Anyway, thank you very much. I'm ending the stream now, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.